Live from a seated cloud in Dubai, it's Bankroll or Bust with your host, Monk. Hello and welcome to another episode of Bankroll or Bust, the world's first and only MMA betting game show. And we are back, UFC St. Louis, not Derek Lewis, not yet anyways, just St. Louis. And I'm here with three fantastic contestants. Gordo, you might recognize him if you've, watched the past two shows. He wins again last week, and he is back. And we've got Sniper and Dogfather. Gordo, let's start with you. We were just talking about it. You're almost a co-host at this point. Third week in a row. Are you excited for this one? And tell the people where they can find you.
For sure, man. No, I'm extra excited about this one. I'm sure everyone's heard enough from me already. So hopefully you're able to keep out there printing some money because it should be a good time. I will personally be at the fights myself in St. Louis, so I'm very much excited towards it. But it is a tricky one, I will admit. So let's see how we're able to navigate it. Only one fight will not be chosen this week. So that means that I got to have my options ready. I got the first pick this time, so it'll be a fun one. Looking forward to going against these two sharp guys right here. So be sure to check them out. You can check me out at Plays and Fade Sports on YouTube. But wish everyone the best of luck. I'm excited to get into it.
Perfect. And I should mention, over 2 weeks, 47.36% ROI, over 8 bets placed. Fantastic numbers there. I should mention we did draft order right before this. Gordo obviously first, and then Sniper number 2. Sniper, how's it going? You might see him anything from DFS Army. He's all over the place. MMA props. I don't know if you're doing baseball, but I know you use big NBA props. Prop master at this point. I do a show with him over at DFS Army on Tuesdays, the Kill Shot podcast. Check it out. Sniper, glad to have you here. Are you excited for this card? And tell the people where they can find you.
I am excited for this card. There are some bangers. Monk and I do the show on Tuesdays for DFS Army. Check that out. More DraftKings content there. And then as he was alluding to, I'm big into Prize Picks. I get my fill for those other sports on Prize Picks, Underdog. Follow me. Sniper wins everywhere. Actually, I shouldn't say everywhere. I don't have Instagram, but TikTok is probably where I post most videos, along with Twitter, YouTube. Make sure and go check those out. And Monk, I'm just happy to be here where you're in charge of the show. You're running it, and I can just fuck with you. It's way different than Tuesdays where I have to focus and move stuff around and keep you on task. Now I'm here to say some wild shit. And one thing I want to say off the rip. My strategy for this, I've been watching the last 2 episodes. There's too much chalk going on up in here. I will not make a single favored bet. I'm throwing 4 underdog props out there, plus money or better.
There we go. Love to hear it. And last but not least, with the third pick, he was on the happy hour with Monk and Lou. That's where I first met him. Did a great show with him a few weeks back. Was it UFC 299? I can't remember exactly. I think it was one of those around there. We've got the Dogfather. Glad to have you no matter what card we did before. Tell the people where they can find you, and are you excited for UFC St. Louis?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter. I'm in a couple Discords, but I tend to keep to myself. I bet on MMA specifically. It's what I've been betting on for about 5 years now. Pretty much anything you can imagine that has MMA, I'll bet on, or I'll try to find an edge on anything I can find an edge on. So excited to be on the show, excited to talk about the fights. I love this card. I think stylistically, it's probably one of the more interesting cards we're going to have this year as a whole. Lots of really, really interesting fights to talk about. And I think there's a lot of really good spots here. I didn't like it at the start, but the more I got into it, the more I think it's a fantastic card.
Yeah, for sure. I completely agree with that. It tends to be having, the cards that get the least amount of press overall, or everybody's like, this is a nonsense card, tend to turn out better as the fight week goes on. So I'm super excited. And before I forget, since I've forgotten twice, give me the tiebreaker. Total significant strikes landed, Olberg, Menefield. Just shout it out.
67.
There we go.
44.
All right.
30.
There we go. Perfect. Everybody thought I had to throw him. I wasn't going to put Luis Nascimento in there.
It's basically end of round 1, middle of round 2, end of round 2. That's what we're just capping.
Right. So here we go, guys. We've got 13 fights to choose from. By the end of this, we should have 12 fantastic bets to go over as well. Without further ado, let's get started. Gordo, you won the spinning wheel of doom. You are pick number 1. Why don't you kick us off here?
I don't even know if I like it, man. Sitting here first pick, there's nothing here that screams, pick me, pick me. There's a lot of options. But as someone who is going to be there live and someone who's already won a couple times, let's have some fun. What would make the crowd roar the most in St. Louis? What would be a good time? In my opinion, that'd be something I'm kind of cheering for here. That's a Lewis knockout. And I'm going to go for it here, right here in that very first spot here. -135. That'll cover my method of prop here. It is one that I do think is the projected method to happen here. We look at this card. Nascimento's not in the main event here. It's Derek Lewis, right? He is the guy who's going to be the A side of this matchup. He is someone they're looking to promote, and he does have this power. I'm not really a fan of projecting him to win fights on long term, but there is no doubt that Nascimento's a guy who can be hurt. I mean, we go out there, look at Alan Badeau hurting him. We look at Dontel Mays hurting him. Chris Dawkins hurting him. Lewis has the opportunity to go out there and knock him out, and I do think that this is a spot where not only is a little bias for me being in the arena, but also is something that I do think happens more often than not. -135, not +135. I wish.
I was just messaging that. I don't want to call him out.
I would not like to win that way. We'll be clear here. Best available, -135. I'm going to put 270 to win 200. And now you're muted. And this is why I'm co-hosting, guys, here.
Now
Welcome back to
Jesus
the
Christ.
Monkmatics.
See, this is why call me out, because I gotta remember to turn the colors, and then it's too many things for a smooth brained guy like me. There we go. Lewis KO -135, 270 to start us off with a method prop, I believe you said. Sniper, pick number 2. What do we got here?
Well, if you can't tell from my physique, I've got to pick somebody who's got a similar physique to me. And that would be my boy Chase.
Carlos Holberg.
Yeah, Carlos Holberg. Blackjack. No, Chase the Dream Hooper, who I don't care what Monk says, one of the better nicknames on the card. I know he hates it, but I'm not here to play it safe. Everyone's talking about this fight. Slava Claus is the guy who gives up his back stuffing takedowns, and you get Chase Hooper on your back, you're going to sleep. Give me Chase Hooper by submission +300 as my method prop for this one. I think that's, to me, the way he wins this fight. And the difference in the line being, I gotta find it real quick. I lost the money line prop. It is +120 versus +300 for the sub. If this is, unless Slava can, I don't see Slava being able to defend a submission for that long, really any amount of time. Either Slava's going to knock him out or Hooper's going to find a sub. That's the way I see this fight going. I'm with my boy Chase Hooper, who Monk has heard me told this anecdote. If you don't know, one of the hottest spouses in the MMA game. I was stunned when I saw him and his girl at International Fight Week a few years ago. So shout out to him for that one. And you know what? You got that BDE. He's getting the submission here against Slava Claus.
How much you putting on it? You got $1,000.
$200.
200, and that's what we call out kicking your coverage, I believe, for Chase Hooper. So gotta respect.
We are on together, sir. Thank God I'm funny.
All right, Hooper sub +300, $200 on that one. Dogfather, you've got all 4 to go, and you've got 2 picks in a row. Let's hear your first one.
Yeah, we're gonna do one of my props that I get for Ribovics and McKinney.
Sounds good. What do you got?
Ribovics round 2 at +650 on DraftKings.
Ooh.
Ribovic round 2 +650. We'll throw that in your fight time prop. Why do you like that one, and how much are you going to put on it? You got $1,000 to spend, and you got to spend it all, $50 minimum.
Yeah, let's stake 125 on it.
There we go. What stands out to you in that one?
I think the breakdown's pretty simple, right? Terrence McKinney has trouble getting out of round 2. If it gets there, there's probably tremendous value on this prop if we get out of round 1. I wouldn't be surprised if it finishes in round 1, but I think if it gets to round 2, Ribovics is pretty live to submit or knock out McKinney in round 2, which we've seen it happen far too often. I feel like the price is pretty egregious, so I'm willing to take a shot on it. I personally bet the round 2, but I also bet the round 2 sub at +2,500. McKinney can probably get finished by any method in round 2. So
agreed. Yeah, about 2 minutes, 3 minutes cardio there and fight IQ, I think. Ribovic round 2 +650, 125 on that. You've got 875 left. I threw that in the fight time prop. So you've got another one right now, money line, method prop, or wild card.
I got a good wild card.
There we go.
Robelis Despagne under 60 seconds.
Oh,
Quick
Plus
win bonus.
450. It's plus 450 on DraftKings.
all right. Plus 450. How much you putting on that one?
Well, 125 as well.
125. I would ask you to explain that if you want, but I think we kind of probably get it. But
Yeah,
feel free to say a couple words.
Have you seen the movie Gone with the Wind?
Yeah.
He's going to be gone with the wind.
Gone in 60 seconds. Any of those. Any
Gone
of
in
those.
60 seconds, exactly.
There we go. All right. Love it. So Despaigne under 60 seconds. Was that knockout or just finish under 60 seconds?
It's just
Finish. Okay.
Just under 60. Despaigne under 60 seconds is
Plus 450 at 125. All right, Sniper. You are up. Moneyline, fight time prop, or wild card?
We're going to go and we're going to take the fight time prop, probably my least favorite category. So I want to get out of the way while I have, I think, top of my list with it. And we are going to go Kevin Jousset and Jared Night Train Gooden. Fight goes to decision plus 100 is the line here. Kevin Jousset, not a finisher, just even on the regional scene. Yes, he finished Kiefer Crosby. That counts as a regional fight to me, frankly. But 10 career wins, 5 decisions. Jared Night Train Gooden has had, what is he up to now? 32 professional fights. Dude has been finished twice, and both of those were by knockout. I think he at least gets to decision here. Side note, I think Gooden's a viable dog. I considered that as well. But I think most paths to victory for both of these guys are on the decision side. Night Train, I know he finished Herman last time out, and he finished Curtis Millender. Most UFC competition, I don't think he's going to find finishes. This one reads like decision. I'm a little surprised I get plus money on it, so that'll be my play, and it's also a $200 play.
There we go. Plus 100. Jousset and Gooden fight goes to decision. 200 on that. Yeah, I love that one. I kind of think it goes the same way. Gordo, we are back to you. It's been a minute since you picked, but you got 2 in a row. Moneyline, time prop, wild card.
Man, I'm ashamed of myself. Look at this plus money. Look at that. That's beautiful. That's exactly what you're looking for here. And unfortunately, I don't got that. I actually have some of my favorite options left, and it's a bit of chalk. And you know what? If it ain't broke, if I'm still sitting here playing a little bit of chalk, let's stick with it here. Let's take one of my favorite bets in the entire card, and that is going to be the under 2.5 rounds and Trey Waters and Billy Goff. Now, I completely understand that there's a path where Trey Waters is able to use his jab from the outside and win a decision, but more times than not, Billy Goff is going to force an exchange. He's going to go out there. He is a dog, and not only a dog who's going to be aggressive and look to finish the fight, but someone who can be hurt in his own right. He gets dropped in a lot of these spots, and that allows for people to come out here and not only have the opportunity to finish him, but also gas out in the process. Goff is going to continue to go forward. He is a junkyard dog, like I mentioned before, and he is a very, very dangerous fighter. I currently see the best line. Let me make sure I'm not speaking out of turn here. At minus 163, and we will put $325 on that.
Waters Goff under 2.5 minus 163, $325. Love that. Now, what's your second one?
I don't know, Bunk. You got to tell me. I do have a big plus money one here. Do I take some chalk or do I play some plus money here? You tell me.
I mean, everybody loves the plus money, man.
Let's do it then.
I gotta say it. All right,
let's go against my motto so far in picking what's going to make the crowd happy. Let's do one that's not going to do so well against the St. Louis crowd. We're going to take Alex Caceres by knockout at plus 1350. And I know there's a lot of stuff going in here. It's a big plus money number, but Sean Wood's a guy who, although has a lot of volume, a lot of good opportunity to go out there and score well, he's a guy who can be hit. I saw him dropped live by Saldana in Salt Lake City, a fight where he should have been finished. And Caceres has a ton of weapons, very powerful kicks, very powerful boxing. And I do think he has the opportunity to go out there and hurt Woodson the same way that he has been hurt before. So with that, let's throw $100 on that and keep it rolling. I had to have a little bit of fun, right? Mixing the chops and plus money.
I hate and love that play because it was on my list.
Well, that's the new record. Johnny threw out something at plus 1,200. Now we got a plus 1,350. Wild card pick here. Caceres KO, $100 on it. Sniper pick number 3. You got a money line and a wild card left.
I'm reeling from that last one because I was going to target that. I was going to target both of those fights. I like Waters Goff under 1.5 is actually plus money, more aggressive than Gordo, but fitting with my model here. So I love both of his picks here. It's why he's the 2-time defending champion.
That's right.
So what I got to do is I got to get out to an early lead, and I got to go to the first fight of the night. I got to look at this just shit show of a fight on paper, Veronica Hardy and JJ Aldrich, but value be value. JJ Aldrich money line plus 124. Nice. Pretty simple, straightforward fight. I think Veronica Hardy, Macedo, whatever you want to call her, has overperformed. She's looked good against some lower caliber competition, and even if she has leveled up, can she get takedowns against JJ Aldrich? Because I don't think she can outstrike her. And just from what I've seen, I do not think she can get those takedowns. Now, if she comes out and lands an early takedown, I'll be in a lot of trouble. But on the feet, I think JJ Aldrich wins a boxing match. My forte DFS. This is not a good fight to target, but in terms of value, I like the JJ Aldrich money line plus 124. $400 will be the bet there.
400 on Aldrich money line. There we go. Dogfather, you are going to be the first one to have all 4 picks. You've got your money line left and a method prop, and you've got $750 left to spend.
I get 2 picks back to back right now.
Yes, sir.
Give me the Allberg and Menafield under 1.5.
Actually, you got money line or a method.
Oh, method. Can I get? I'll get Hadley Johnson actually instead.
Okay.
And give me Johnson by submission.
What's he at?
I think it's plus 1,400 on Bet Online. It might be better else, but.
He topped Gordo by 50 cents. Johnson sub plus 1,400. How much you putting on it, and why do you like that pick?
I mean, we've seen Hadley put himself in a lot of bad front headlock positions. We saw it in the Durden fight, especially when he got tired. And I think CJ does have a good front choke game. We did see him almost hit one on Azit Maxim in the last fight in the 3rd round. He's at home. I feel like Hadley will shoot sloppy takedowns here if he does get tired, because he's shown that he will do that. I feel like Charles' submission is live in round 2 and round 3 as this fight extends, and Hadley's live to put himself in a Darce choke or a ninja choke on a sprawl.
There we go. Did you see that picture of him that he posted? It looking like some sort of gargoyle mixed with Skeletor. That was wild. I missed. How much did you say you were putting on that one?
I have 750 left.
Yeah.
Let me put 125 on that as well.
125. So you've got $625. You must spend it all on a money line. You've got 4 fights to choose from. What are you going to go with?
Put it all on Tisha Pennington at like 123, 124, whatever it is. I don't know what the best available is in the market is. I think it's like 122, 123.
We'll call it
122.
122.
Yeah, put it all on Tisha Pennington.
There we go. She's coming back on a 2-year layoff. What do you like from her, or what do you dislike from Tabitha Ricci that's got you confident in that?
Yeah, I just feel like the level of competition for Pennington is going to be a massive step down. It's probably going to – I don't really care if there's a layoff. To be honest with you, Tabitha Ricci is going to feel like a layoff for her in comparison to her, prior level of competition. She's a much better striker, in my opinion. I understand that Ricci's younger and she's been active and she's hot. Outside of that, in MMA, she hasn't really done anything to be a favorite in this matchup. Pennington is probably going to dance around her on the outside, and she's a very good striker. I don't really see Ricci getting much wrestling off. And, Pennington might be off of pregnancy, but she's 34. She's in really good shape. She hasn't taken a ton of damage. I feel like she should be favored here at 55, 60% if she is actually completely fine. And I think the recent pregnancy narrative has been Avila recently and then GDR. But Avila's had issues. She's been kicked out of gyms before. She looked a little soft in comparison to her prior, physique. And then JDR is 39, 40 at that time, and a lifetime of combat experience in kickboxing. It's not the same. Everything has its own separate question marks and narratives. I feel like this is something that's being a little bit overpriced into this line this week.
There we go. Yeah, probably right at plus 122. And he did it before Sniper did. 4+ money picks on the board for Dogfather. Speaking of Sniper, you've got 200 left, and you've got to spend it all on this wild card pick. 3 fights left to choose from, surprisingly, all on the main card.
Yeah, and you know what? I got somebody who was on my money line list. We're going to go back to the money line. You know what? We were talking about how the crowd is going to be all up. They need Derek Lewis to win, get some excitement, and they're going to need that because they're going to be fucking sad after Joaquin Buckley gets finished. Give me Nursultan Ruzaboyev at what the hell is it? I'm looking at plus 115 right now.
Oh,
look, I was there for both these guys fought at UFC Atlantic City just a few weeks ago. I was there at that. Now Gordo gets to watch them both fight on this card. I don't know what happened with Vicente Luque, and I said this on our Tuesday episode, and Joaquin Buckley put out that really funny April Fool's joke, and his joke makes more sense than what I saw, and that being the James Vick was involved. I cannot figure out what happened. I need to see one more from Joaquin Buckley before I'm a believer. I do like what I see in terms of Ruzaboyev. I think it's a close fight. I think the line should be flipped. I had Ruzaboyev when I capped it as a small favorite. The fact that I get plus money on this is really interesting. I like the aggression, the pace. I think he can get takedowns. I don't know. I don't quite get it from Joaquin Buckley yet. Maybe I'm still so far anti-bias to the highlight reel knockout of Impa Kasangane that I can't get my head around that he is as good as everyone seems to think he is. I just don't quite see it yet. And if he beats Ruzaboyev, I will eat my words and move on from there. But I think it is lucky for the St. Louis crowd that they got Derek Lewis to look forward to.
There we go. Ruzaboyev plus 115 to finish it off. And Gordo, to finish off the entire show, you've got your money line left. 2 fights left to choose from. What are we leaving on the board? You've got $305 on this one.
I've been screwed over, man.
I was looking at your face. And I saw you got your face. Did not look.
I don't know. Did I fall for temptation by snagging that plus 1350? Is that what happened? I've derailed off my winning strategy, and now I have to make a tough decision. Do I want to play Mateusz Rebecki at minus 510? Win $50, not even. No, I don't want to do that. Do I trust 39-year-old Diego Ferreira to go out there and win? No, not really. I'm stuck towards this Ulberg-Menefield fight.
Do it.
And the pick for me is Ulberg.
Oh.
But I'm not. The pick to win is Ulberg, but the pick on this show is going to be Menefield because I'm looking at everybody else's salaries. I'm looking at everybody else's plus money. And in this spot here, I like all these spots I'm going against. I had Aldridge as my money line I was going to go pick. I have some ground to cover. And I like the plus money advertisement. So I have faith in my other bets coming through. I'm going to take a shot in the underdog here, who I do think the line is wide. Gun to my head, I would pick Ulberg, but I do think Menefield is still a threat. Ulberg is still an unfinished prospect. And at the price tag of plus 240, I will take a shot on Alonzo Menefield.
Plus 2.
Not happy about it. Screw you guys.
I love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, well, let's make this official and turn it red. Rebeshki and Fajeda. It's been after 3 shows now. Last week was the Pajeda and Ihor, or was that 2 weeks? I can't remember. Everything's jumbled. That one was the one left over. So it seems like the widest lined fights, widest lined fights, there we go, are the ones left over. Just kind of interesting. No props even in that. So let's just do a quick recap and we'll get out of here. Gordo spent his 1,000. Menefield plus 240. Waters Goff under 2.5. Lewis KO and Caceres, his long shot KO plus 1350. Sniper all plus money. Aldrich 124 money line. Giuseppe Good and Fight Goes. Hooper sub at plus 300 and Ruzaboyev, or as Guru likes to call him, Lil Ruzy Vert, plus 115. And then Dogfather again all plus money. Tisha Pennington money line. Ribovich round 2. Charles Johnson sub at plus 1400 and Despania under 60 seconds at plus 450. Guys, that is how the game is played, and I would like to thank you guys for joining me here, and I'd like to thank you guys as well for checking out the show. As usual, tune in next time, and I want all of you to enjoy the fight, so enjoy. We will see you in the next one.
I love this stuff. Only come here if you like that stuff.